Hello and welcome to another video and podcast from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is Joe and today I'm going to reveal my Game Week 15 team. So I'll also quickly look at Game Week 14 so far. Now, to timestamp this, I am recording this on Wednesday early afternoon. So that is before the bulk of the matches in Game Week 14. So any sort of players I'm going to recommend, any sort of decisions I make is obviously with a massive caveat in that those matches haven't taken place yet. There could be all sorts of suspensions, injuries, who knows. So I've got that to deal with. But you should be seeing this on Thursday morning. So that's going to be after the event there. So you will be able to look at my decisions and go, oh, you can't do that because so-and-so's been suspended, etc., etc. So anyway, so my score is 353,000. I've had no players this week, so I went down from 334 to 353 because I'm on 0 points because I didn't have any players from Ipswich and Crystal Palace and so on. So what I'll do is I'll have a very brief look at Game Week 14, look at my future moves over the busy festive period to see if that's been updated at all. Also, obviously, reveal my team for Game Week 15 and any decisions I'm thinking about there. And also, I'm going to have a special focus on Bournemouth this week. Because I was doing the fixture ticker from now until January the 4th. So that's a good period to do because then there's a break for the FA Cup before it resumes again in Game Week 21, I think it is, in January the 14th. So it's a nice break there. Bournemouth are top. So they've got the best fixture run according to the season ticker at Fantasy Football Scout. So yeah, before I do that, just a reminder, do press that like button, does help us out. Do leave us a nice 5-star review on wherever you receive your podcasts from. Do remember to subscribe as well to our videos on YouTube and podcasts wherever you get them. And also do look out for, in particular podcast, the Goals Imminent table, the Goals Imminent show I do with Mark Joblin every week. I'm going to be recording that shortly as well. So that's actually going to go out before Wednesday night's games. But that is going to be looking at Game Week 15, see who the latest are there. The latest low-owned underperforming gems are to consider. So listen out for that. Okay, let's have a look at Game Week 14 so far. As I said, there's only been 2 games. I didn't have any players, so oh well, red arrow, obviously. So yeah, Ipswich Crystal Palace, that cemented my opinion that Greaves is going to stay on my bench. But also, I was very pleased that Crystal Palace got a clean sheet. My last video, fortuitously, I was talking about new defenders to get in, and I was talking about Munoz and also Mark Gahey as well. So I was talking about Crystal Palace. They've got clean sheet potential. Hey presto. Their fixtures are mixed, but you can use them as part of a rotation. And then they've got a nice fixture run sort of over Christmas as well. And luckily, they rewarded that advice with a clean sheet there. Munoz, I believe, is on 4 yellows though, so do keep an eye out for that. But you know, it might actually fall on a match where you don't want to play him anyway. So anyway, that's quite good. Crystal Palace defenders still on my radar there. Eze's back as well. That's of note. Got an assist. Mateta got a goal as well. Leicester, Ruud van Nistelrooy, obviously a very powerful striker in his day. He's got them scoring again. 3-1, they beat West Ham. By the time you listen to this or watch this, I suspect the West Ham manager may have gone. I don't know, but I would think that's likely because West Ham fans have not been keen on him for a while. There. Okay, so yeah, nothing for me so far. I mean, I'll quickly run through the team I've got, but you'll laugh at this because you'll go, haha, they didn't play. They've been, and so I'm fully suspecting to use my bench here. So I've got Greaves and Mikalenko and Chris Wood on my bench. So I don't mind Chris Wood coming in, maybe a goal there, but you can laugh at that as well by the time you see this. So I'm going into this game week, as I said on my last video, with Verbruggen, 8 Nori, Gabriel, Lewis, Palmer as my captain. He may or may not play. Brian Mbomo, Mo Salah's my vice captain. He may be needed. Saka, Rodgers. I hear talk as well that Buendia might cover for Rodgers during fixture congestion. Jackson, well, Nkunku could easily replace him, so I might not get any points from him. And Cunha, I hope he'll play, get away to Everton. I've got Flecken, Chris Wood, Greaves, and Mikolenko all ready to go in case there's massive rotation there. Greaves is 1 point coming off my bench, rather annoyingly. Okay, so I'll look at the fixture ticker in a bit, but just a spoiler there: Bournemouth are top of it from now. So it's Bournemouth time. Bournemouth time is now. So I've seen Evan Nilsson in some teams. I've seen Semenyo being removed from some teams, but sort of sitting on the bench for others. And I've also seen some Bournemouth defenders like Kirkes coming in as well. And Tavernier is getting some attention. And so is Cliver with his mass penalties. But I think that's very fortuitous to get 3 penalties and to take 3 penalties in a match as well. So Bournemouth have got Spurs on Thursday, so you should be watching this or listening to this ahead of that match as well. Time will tell will that be. And they hopefully, like Crystal Palace did, they will justify me focusing on them. So let's have a look at the best Bournemouth assets recently as well. So this is last 6 game weeks. I've sorted this by minutes per expected goal involvement. It's not non-penalty, so that's hence Clivert being at the top. So do factor that in. There, so I've got all his other stats as well, and I've got the fixtures up here just to explain, why they're so good as well. I've got it right up until game week 24 just to show you how they are long term. So they've got Ipswich away, great. It's Bournemouth time, get them in game week 15. Game week 16 they've got West Ham, 17 Manchester United. Then they've got Crystal Palace, Fulham, and Everton. It's a really nice run till game week 20. That's January the 4th, 5th time. Then, as the sort of new block of fixtures starts, it's poor for them. So then they got Chelsea away, Newcastle away, Nottingham Forest at home, Liverpool at home. That's pretty poor. So your hop off Bournemouth time is then, or your bench time for them. But they're all cheap as well. So Cliver is top at the moment, but that heavily skewed by those penalties. Got 34 points, no assists, 4 goals, 3. I think they're maybe all from penalties, but 3 definitely are. 7 chances created, 9 shots on target, and 8 shots inside the box. So yeah, he's your penalty man. 5.4. Can't go wrong with that. They're getting penalties, as we can see. Evan Nilsson, seen him a lot of teams. Only 4 starts last 6, but I think he's been a bit more regular now. Cost 6 million still. Seeing him in a lot of teams and very advisable to get in as well. He's got 37 FPL points, minutes per expected goal involvement every 142 minutes. He's got 3 assists and 3 goals, so 6 attacking returns for 6 million over 6 weeks. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what you want. 8 shots on target. It's also because it's realistic as well. It's like if you saw like 20 goals from a 6 million striker over the last 6 games, you think that's not sustainable. This looks vaguely sustainable. 11 shots inside the box, 8 shots on target. It's good. So he's shooting close range and on target as well. Pretty much virtually all on target and resulting in 3 goals. I like him a lot. Ivan Nilsson, it looks a great one to get in. I don't have any space at the moment. I could be tempted though. I don't mind getting Cliver in. It's just that run of fixtures so good. Sorry, I mean Evan Nilsson. I meant not Cliver. Evan Nilsson, I think is really good. Semenyo as well. He's already in a lot of teams, and I think he's going to be in some more as well. Especially those who perhaps want to move on from a midfielder. Brian Mbomo's fixtures have turned at the moment. So 5.7 for Semenyo. He's just got the 14 FPL points, minutes per expected goal involvement, not as strong as Evan Nilsson, every 219 minutes. But he's had 14 shots inside the box, just 4 on target, so he's shooting a lot. But they're not on target, and it's resulted in just that 1 goal. But he has created 6 chances. I mean, looking at these stats, I think Evan Nilsson, if you've got a space there. I mean, I've got Chris Woods. I've got Chris Wood in a sort of rotation with Morgan Rogers. I'm quite happy with that. But if Chris Wood hasn't done anything wrong. In the easy games, he's getting the points. In tougher games, I can bench him for Rogers. So with Jackson in my team as well, even if he gets suspended for a match, I'm not really going to remove him just for 1 match. I've got Cunha as well. Cunha's going nowhere. So for me personally, I don't think I'll get Evan Nilsson in, but I think he's really good if you're looking for a striker. Semenyo as well is a strong one. Tavernier is 5.5, 13 FPL points. He sort of also ran here, and a lot of these are Christie 4.9, no goals and assists the last 6, but Christie has got returns before. Just the 2 assists for Tavernier. Senesi as well is 4.8. Kirkes is the one I think I would go for. He's 4.5. He's already gone up zero point 0.1 in the last week or so. He's got 21 FPL points, couple of assists and a goal, plus the possibility, I think, of clean sheets as well during this time. And his minutes per baseline bonus is really strong. It's the best out of all of them, every 4.8 minutes. He just had one shot inside the box, one shot on target, one goal. So that's obviously, not great underlying stats there, but he's 4.5 defender. I mean, I might get him in, just because I do need some better defenders, even though he's only 4.5. I don't really want to spend too much more. They're not earning me too much, but there's definitely clean sheets potential here. Anyway, I hope that's of help there. So let's have a look at my game week 15 side. So I've got a picture of Salah there. I think I'll probably captain him. He's the best captain. Annoyingly, that falls the first match. Everton away. I just think on paper that's the best one. Palmer's very tempting though, away to Tottenham. I mean, that's a good game. Tottenham are leaky at the back. I could see Palmer doing well there. So I might switch to that. I don't know. The events of game week 14 may help me decide on that as well. Saka away to Fulham I think is good as well. Another tempter. So I might, I'm not 100% on Salah at the moment, but so I haven't captained Salah in game week 14. His effective ownership is 141%. So I've got 41% of Salah in my team working against me, which is very, very annoying. I don't want that again. But if I hadn't have captained Palmer, he's 121% effective ownership. So it would be a fifth of Palmer actively against me if I didn't captain him. So that's just the way it is with these well-known players. So I'm going for Bruggen in goal. Away to Leicester. Ain't Nori away to West Ham. Could be a new manager there. Gabriel, for West Ham that is. Gabriel away to Fulham. Rico Lewis away to Crystal Palace. But Mikalenko... No, I'm not going to play Mikalenko at home to Liverpool. Greaves at home to Bournemouth. No, I think Rico Lewis will still get it. But as you can see from this, I might need a new defender. So something like Mikalenko to Kirkes, for example, or one of those Crystal Palace players, even though they're playing Manchester City, could advantageous because I need them for this week really. That's why Kirkes might get the nod, or another Bournemouth defender. Palmer is away to Tottenham, as I said. I got Brian Mbeumo at home to Newcastle. Well, I was going to remove him at some point, but I don't know. I might just end up keeping him. I was chatting to the fine Analytics FC community on social media this week, and I accidentally, even though I often rally against the robot telling me what to do with models and things, I'm ending up doing very similar to moves as them, and not the sort of non-analytics managers. So they got on Salah for Haaland in game week 10, same as me, and a lot of non-analytics managers have removed Brian Mbeumo. A lot of sort of what they call elite analytics managers, they've all kept Brian Mbeumo. So I'm one of them. So that's why I keep putting a thing up on social media saying, am I now Analytics FC? I'm not really, but I'm following them. Or are they following me? Okay, so I've got Saka, Rodgers at home, Southampton. I hope he plays. And so, Palmer, Mbeumo, Salah, Saka and Rodgers across my 5. Nico Jackson away to Tottenham. I hope he's not suspended. He may not even play against Southampton. So, I'm hopeful he'll play. And Cunha away to West Ham. I'm hopeful there. On my bench, Chris Wood away to Manchester United. I don't mind that, actually. So I don't mind him playing. So if Jackson's suspended, I'll just have Chris Wood coming in. Not a problem there. If Rodgers looking like he's definitely not playing, Chris Wood will come in there. Greaves on the bench, Mikalenko. They're the problems, really. They might be needed to cover Rico Lewis anyway, so that's why I might go for a defender. A bit boring, but I might go for a defender. And Flecken's on my bench as well, home to Newcastle. He can't keep clean sheets anyway, so not bothered there. Let's have a look at the fixtures. So these are my plans. So we're up to game week 15 now. I've done it right up to game week 20. I can't think of transfers beyond that, really. So this week I'll either hold, if I've started to get some suspension. So Ain't Nori, for example, he's on 4 yellows. He could get suspended for me. and I don't want any of my other defenders coming in, Mikolenko. So it could be a chance for me to remove Mikolenko for one of these other players. So Bournemouth, as I said, at top here. So Kirkes in the running there. I've got about 5 million, I think, to spend on a defender. So I could go for that Crystal Palace player, but I really need him this week, and I don't really fancy them against Man City. So I can't quite get to Timber there. Chelsea have still got strong fixtures against Tottenham, so Colwell's still an option there. Joe Gomez at Liverpool, that he's possible as well. And also there's Nottingham Forest defenders. I still think a really good value this season. And there's Lewis Hall as well. Got Brentford, Leicester, Ipswich, Aston Villa. So there's an option there. They're not sexy picks though, are they? I don't really feel that excited by that, but I just might be forced into that. So new defender if suspension. Meanwhile, Brian Mbomo, I'm still curious to replace him. Going against my analytics brethren there. Matoma, Bowen and Semenyo are ones I'm considering there. Bowen, especially with West Ham getting a new manager. And also Mikolenko Lewis for a better defender. So that move might be brought forward really. So what I like to do with this one is if I've got to move like in a game week or two, I don't mind doing that like sort of a week earlier as well. And then once again, in this game week 18-19 with Man City home to Everton, away to Leicester, home to West Ham. Big question mark here. Will City improve? I don't rule out getting Haaland back. I don't rule out getting someone like Guardiola. I don't rule out if there's a midfielder that emerges, Doku or I don't know, whoever. But I don't rule out them because we want City to improve for these fixtures. But if they're not improving by then, I'd just go without. And Haaland is a tricky stretch at the moment. I think I've got my heart set not on Haaland. But, you know, if he's going to bang in hat-tricks in all these 3 games, that would be great to get hold of them. So, yeah. Okay, so that's my Game Week 15. There's a lot of videos and podcasts going on this week. So we've been previewing Game Week 14. That's over now, as in the content for that. So that we're just sort of gone past the deadline there. We just got to wait and see whether our predictions come true. But yeah, lots coming up for Game Week 15. Team News is on at 4 o'clock on Friday. I'll be doing that with Neil, so a little bit later this week on Friday. And as I said, lots of podcasts and videos there. Good luck with the game week. Good luck with whatever decisions you make. Good luck, all my players. I hope they play. You'll know when you watch this whether they did or didn't, and so you can laugh away if they didn't. Anyway, take care. Good luck. See you soon.